The Alabama Farmers Federation and the Alabama Farmers Cooperative proudly present Simply Southern with Mary Wilson.
Hello, I'm Mary Wilson. Thanks for joining me for Simply Southern. Less than 2% of people in the U.S. live on a farm, so most folks don't know about the hard work that goes into producing America's food, clothing, and shelter. On today's show, we'll travel to places that tell that story while making farming fun. Dreamfield Farms is a great example of an agritourism operation with a pumpkin patch, a corn maze, and a petting zoo of furry farm friends. If you're into riding horses, there's a relaxing place in Northwest Alabama you should know about. Hodges Equestrian Park winds through some of the most beautiful scenery in Rock Bridge Canyon. Sometimes agriculture intersects with art, like with the Alabama Barn Quilt Trail, which draws attention to farms in North Alabama with beautiful quilt-themed art. But we start today at Priester's Pecans in Central Alabama, where candy and nuts combine to create a delight for the senses.
What sustains us? Food? Family? Faith? Alabama farmers live those things every day. They conserve our resources, clothe our families, and fill our tables. They cultivate jobs for our communities and values for our future. Farmers grow it all right here in Alabama.
There's no such thing as downtime when you own a farm. This is your land. You tend it and try to get the most from it, no matter the weather or time of day. It's been that way for generations. And for generations, your local quality co-op store has been there for you, with a full range of agriculture supplies and services, from feed to fertilizer, seed to grain storage, and the right hardware for any application. You'll always find what you need, plus friendly, knowledgeable advice at your local quality co-op store. There's one near you.
Alabama ranks 6th in the nation for pecan production, so it seems appropriate that the state's largest handmade candy company is known for its sweet pecan creations. Priester's Pecans has been in the shelling business since the 30s, and the iconic log cabin country store along Interstate 65 is a favorite stop for beachgoers who are looking for a little taste of the South.
The name Priester's has been associated with high-quality pecans and candies for decades. Cliff Burkett is part of the 4th generation now working in the family business, which started in a Texaco gas station as a partnership between the station's owner, Elsie Priester, and Cliff's great-grandfather, hence Ellis.
With $200 a handshake, they formed a silent partnership. And from there, the business grew from a little Texaco gas station into what it is now. We were strictly mail order up until the 70s when we opened our first store.
While they still have a mail order catalog and a website where they receive orders from across the country, folks really love stopping by the Priester's Country Store in Fort Deposit. There you can peruse the gift shop, grab a bite to eat, enjoy an ice cream cone, watch from the second floor observation area as workers create all those pecan candies, and sample those creations to find your favorite.
I see the sugar-free stuff, and I generally eat the sugar-free, but the pecan log is one of the best I've ever had. So it was awesome. Everything's good. Just the cinnamon pecans, whew, and that ought not be. There ought to be a law against that. Lord, that is so good.
That's what I tell customers every day. I'm 28 and I've been eating this product ever since I could walk. It hasn't got old to me yet, and I don't think it ever will. Everybody loves our stuff when you break down to it, but you do have things like key lime that, if you love key lime, man, people keep asking, when are y'all gonna start making bigger bags of this? But we have something for everybody. Even went down to the roasted salted that everybody with a savory tooth loves.
And it's the Priester's kitchen staff we have to thank for creating all those sweet and savory treats.
Yes, plenty of love, all of it handmade. Handmade, yep. I like doing it though. It does make me very proud to work on. And I've been through a lot with Priesters, just like home for me. It's just like my family.
Most of Priester's employees have worked there for over a decade.
Whether it be it's a little kid or or a grown adult. They know whatever they're doing can bring a smile to that person's face, and I think that joy keeps people coming to work every day.
Those Priesters employees were happy to show me a few tricks of the trade, from rolling pecan logs to creating the caramel-covered pecan centers for Priesters' famous fiddlesticks, and scooping out dough for their mini pecan pies. But it was really impressive to see them work when this newbie got out of the way and let them do their thing.
On our mini pie, I can fit 1,400 of those per oven rack, and I can cook anywhere, depending on how many we need at the day, anywhere from 6,000 to 10,000 a day, depending on what kind of crew I put together. Our fiddlestick candy, I think we sold 40,000 two-packs last year. We go through a lot of syrup, a lot of corn syrup, a lot of sugar, a lot of brown sugar, a lot of flour.
And Cliff sure hopes it stays that way for a long time as he works to carry on the family tradition.
Draws people in here, I think, number one, good product, quality product, and customer service. Those are the number one things that my family over the years has always expressed to me, is that if we're not making a quality product and we're not treating the customer like they're part of our family, then what are we really doing every day? It's a good pride. It's a humbling pride that we just keep it going and doing the best we can do to keep our customers happy and keep a quality product.
Living in Central Alabama, it's easy for me to stop by and get my fix of their goodies. But if you live a little farther away and don't have a trip through this area planned, you can log on to priesters.com and have your favorites delivered right to your front door. Right after this break, our tour of fun farms continues in something new to this area called the Barn Quilt.
Wear long pants, long sleeve shirts, and closed-toed shoes. Don't be ticked. Use repellents with 20% DEET on skin and 0.5% permethrin on gear and clothing. Don't be ticked. Avoid sitting on rotten logs or stumps. Don't be ticked. Protect yourself from serious tick-borne illnesses and seek timely treatment to prevent long-term problems. No hunters were angered in the making of this film.
Get discounts on national brands and at local businesses with your Alpha Farmers membership. Members save hundreds with Ford, John Deere, Case IH, and Caterpillar. Plus, enjoy special rates at Choice and Wyndham Hotels. Benefits include rewards at Office Depot, Priester's Pecans, tourism destinations, and more. Download the Alpha Perks app, visit alphafarmers.org/perks, or stop by your local Alpha office and start saving today.
Soybean is a very versatile product. We make crayons out of it.
A lot of the combines you see rolling through the fields have a lot of plastic side panels that are made from a soy product.
The soybeans that we grow on our farm mostly goes into chicken feed.
Soybean production in Alabama employs over 10,000 people.
We grow some of the best soybeans in the world.
We go the extra mile to make sure when our name is stamped on it, we know it's the best product we can produce.
Some of the best things in life start with a bundle. And some of them can actually save you money. Like when you bundle your auto and life insurance with Alpha. Protect what's important to you at a price you can afford.
All for a better life.
Alpha Insurance.
All for a better life.
Ask your local agent about Alpha's auto life discount.
Okay, first, let's be clear. A barn quilt is not what you grab when the cows get cold. In fact, up in Kentucky and Tennessee, you'll see quilt-like designs posted on the outer walls of barns all over the place. Back in 2017, we visited with a group of volunteer artists who hope to bring the barn quilt to a farm near you.
Lisa and Dale Robinson are a special couple of quilters. While they didn't have anything to do with this lovely family heirloom here, they proudly claim the barn quilt it inspired. Although you'll run into these colorful decorations more in northern states, they're a less common sight here in Alabama. But quilting enthusiast and traveling nurse Regina Painter hopes to change that.
A few years ago, I went to a quilt show in Tennessee with some friends. We were passing in the countryside and saw a barn there that had a mariner's compass, which is a traditional quilt block on it. I saw that. We were in an area where there were 2 or 3 more blocks on barns, and I fell in love with them.
With the goal of creating a barn quilt trail in Lauderdale County, Regina partnered with her County Farmers Federation and Alabama Northwest Resource Conservation and Development to get the project off the ground.
We thought it was a really good way to introduce not only agriculture to the rural communities, but to get town folks to drive out and hopefully see agriculture in rural Alabama.
In December of 2015, we got our first block hung in Killen, Alabama, through the assistance of UNA. I had talked to them about finding an art student there. We now have 11 blocks up and loving the project, hoping people are coming out and seeing it.
The barn quilts will hopefully attract folks looking for an excuse to get away from the hectic pace of the interstates and out into the countryside. Now, any farmer will tell you that looks aren't everything when it comes to a barn, but when you're trying to draw eyes to the world of agriculture, you've got to have a good canvas to work with.
We like the older barns, the wooden barn if we can. We want to see one that's visible from the road so that anybody that wants to come by can stop and take pictures and see the actual block from the road.
Barn owners in Lauderdale County have been enthusiastic about the project, with some even providing their own family quilts for the design. For others, the barn quilts often tell a story about the farm itself.
My great-great-granddad bought this farm in 1933, and my dad is the 3rd generation, I'm the 4th, my kids are the 5th, and my grandkids running around here will be the 6th generation on this farm. My dad has lived on this farm his whole life, and he's raised cattle, and one of the things we wanted all is to have a cow in the picture. Then my wife and my daughter picked out the colors and the other pattern to go with it. I thought they did a real good job.
In the months since their barn quilt went up, the Lovelaces have noticed cars slowing down and even stopping to take pictures. Music to the ears of the folks with the trail, who hope their own enthusiasm for these colorful blocks will one day spread across the state.
Hopefully we're just hoping to go throughout the entire state, but right now we're trying to stay, just as close as we can until we can branch out and get just a little bit more help, because we definitely need some more volunteers.
We don't want anybody to be intimidated by what we're doing, because it's really very easy. If my husband can draw it out, then I can fill it in. And it's just picking out colors, and it's a lot of fun.
Among the many agritourism efforts in our state, a barn quilt seems pretty simple. They do make for a beautiful touch on a Sunday drive, but as with many things, maybe it's as much about the journey as the destination.
I think one of the beauties of it is that it gives me a reason to go across the country without going on the interstate. I go out in the countryside, I find a farmer's market, I see things that I would not have seen had I stayed to the main busy thoroughfare.
I think it relates back to maybe their family history, grandmother quilting. If they can drive by and see these on barns, then it maybe get them talking about their past, about their generations of what's been before us.
They have some great photos of several of these amazing barns on their Facebook page and are always looking for volunteers to contribute artwork. Just search for the Alabama Barn Quilt Trail on Facebook. Did you ever notice that kids learn more when they think they're just having fun? Up next on Simply Southern, there's a lot of both going on at an annual fall education destination.
A farmer has to live on faith. We do all we can do, but we can only control so much.
Alabama is the 2nd largest poultry growing state in the nation, so we're trying our best to grow all the corn we can for that.
What we produce not only feeds and clothes all of the United States, but about half of what we make goes on to the world market.
We've been able to improve yields, have some things that can help us produce a better crop. I'm proud of the product we make and proud that I can say I'm an Alabama farmer.
Farm Bureau Bank has built its entire existence around the lifestyle and needs of farmers and ranchers across America. We're here to help grow traditions, give back to agricultural communities, and offer financial convenience for your unique way of life. From sunup to sundown, we are committed to serving you.
I take pride in the product that we produce as a catfish farmer. Hi, I'm Willard Poe, and I'm the 2019 Alabama Catfish Farmer of the Year. When I go out to a restaurant and see people eating U.S. farm-raised catfish, that gives you a sense of pride and a sense of joy, knowing that you have produced a product that other people enjoy. Other people love to go out and eat.
When you think of fun fall activities, corn mazes or pumpkin patches probably come to mind. You'll find both of these and much more at Dreamfield Farms. But as Melissa Bowman told us in Season 5, beyond entertainment, this place is teaching the next generation the value of farming and providing families a space to reconnect with nature and each other.
Hot summers are just part of life in the South. That may be why the first signs of crisp air draw us outdoors and to places like pumpkin patches. Dreamfield Farms is one such place. Located in the small town of Fitzpatrick, it's becoming hugely popular.
October at Dreamfield Farms is just a really special time. We open the farm and decorate it for fall. We have pumpkins everywhere. We have all kinds of fall food. And you're going to be able to get out on the lake and go fishing or go out in the corn maze and walk. There's just a million things to do here.
Spread out over 200 gorgeous acres of land, the farm is becoming a favorite fall destination for more than just Alabamians. Visitors have come from as far away as Atlanta and Fort Walton Beach. It's also a go-to option for many schools.
We're kind of famous for our field trips, and people just love the fact that they know that we're going to organize them and keep them on schedule.
Both school children and people of all ages can enjoy the farm's wide variety of activities. There's games, rides, hay bale mountains, pig races, and one of the most popular attractions, a petting zoo full of friendly farm animals.
We love that no matter if you're 6 or 60, you can still be a kid at Dreamfield Farms.
Dreamfield Farms offers the quintessential fall experience. All the things we love about autumn, from pumpkin patches to hay rides, dot this beautiful landscape in October. But the farm isn't just a seasonal excursion. There's more to this place than pumpkins.
While pumpkins help draw in the 20,000 plus visitors who come each October, to owners Cathy and Tom Ellis, this is more than an entertainment venue. Since opening in 2007, their mission has been to educate others about the value of farming.
Now kids are 2, 3, 4 generations removed from the farm, and they really don't understand, and we try to help them connect the dots.
They do this by making learning fun. As kids enjoy activities, they're also discovering the importance of farms in our daily lives. Madison Aiken runs a station that teaches children how we get our dairy products.
We always ask the kids if they like cupcakes. You know, the kids are always jumping in their chairs like, yes, yes, we love it, we love it. So we always tell the kids it is very important as a farmer that we have to milk our cow every single morning so we can have our milk, so we can have all of our yummy treats.
The kids even get to try what they learned hands-on, and they're pretty proud of themselves.
They can go home and get to tell mom and dad, you know, like, I learned how to make butter today. I learned how to milk a cow.
Over the years, as Cathy and Tom Ellis have observed the positive impact farming education has had on children, their mission has expanded.
Somewhere along my journey, we figured out that families really needed this place to come and have a safe place to relax where time kind of stood still.
That motivated them to build cabins on the property that each accommodate 12. Guests have access to a swimming pool as well as fishing and boating, but mainly it's a peaceful place where families can enjoy time together, farmcation style.
Families can come and spend a week or a weekend and just relax and get away from it all and enjoy the farm. Farmcations, it's the new vacation.
In the time the cabins have been open, Cathy has seen the effect they've had on visiting families.
They get to step off the hamster wheel, slow down, and really see each other, and I just love that. I love to see that on their faces and in their hearts.
Inspired by what Dreamfield Farms has done for thousands of children and families, Cathy and Tom Ellis keep adding on. They now host Christmas activities in December and other special events throughout the year. What always remains at the heart of their work is a love of farming they hope to impart on present and future generations.
The family farms are important to the backbone of our country and the backbone of our food chain, and people need to get in touch with that.
For Simply Southern, I'm Melissa Bowman.
During their off-season, Dreamfield Farms is available for weddings, family reunions, birthday parties, and more. Or, if you just like a little personal downtime, you can relax in one of their cabins that Melissa showed you. All of the information is available online at dreamfieldfarms.com. When Simply Southern continues, we'll saddle up for a trip to Northwest Alabama as we wrap up our spotlight on fun Alabama farms.
There's nothing quite like sitting down to a home-cooked meal with fresh vegetables from the garden. With Bonnie plants from your local quality co-op store, you can enjoy the freshest vegetables right from your own backyard. And no matter if you're a raised bed gardener, a rose gardener, or if you farm hundreds of acres, your quality co-op store has exactly what you need to get the most out of your plants. You'll always find what you need, plus friendly, knowledgeable advice at your local quality co-op store. There's one near you.
The versatile peanut, meat of the earth, friend of the soil, tasty, nutritious, packed with protein. And Alabama peanut farmers nourish some very special things. Families, communities, and Alabama's economy. Peanuts. Good for you, good for Alabama.
For more Simply Southern, be sure to follow us on social media. And while you're online, visit our website, simplysouthern.tv.net. Simply Southern will continue in a moment.
We believe a plant should be more than a plant. This one is. It's all you need for your garden to succeed because it's a Bonnie plant. It represents hundreds of varieties of Bonnie's quality veggies and herbs. But more, it's from generations of Bonnie people who are passionate about sharing their love of gardening with you. Look for this little Bonnie plant and a whole family of plants like it in your garden center. Bonnie plants, so you'll know how to grow.
You could argue that Hodges, Alabama is in the middle of nowhere. 2 hours north of Tuscaloosa, an hour and a half west of Coleman, and an hour from either the Shoals or Tupelo, Mississippi. Yet horseback riders travel from around the country to this small town. Kevin Worthington took us to Hodges Equestrian Park back in the very first season of Simply Southern, when it was called Rockbridge Canyon.
If you don't have the qualities that a Mercedes or a Hyundai plant is looking for, then you have to look at what you do have. And what Hodges had going for them was beautiful scenery. We took that and we suggested that, hey, we have a possibility here for an equestrian trail.
Many of the people who live near the town of Hodges have enjoyed family outings over the years in the 80-acre canyon that features waterfalls, caves, and interesting rock formations, including a natural bridge that's 100 feet high.
My mother would bring my brother and I down here into the canyon, play in the waterfall, Mystic Falls, play in Spring House, like you see behind me, and take a picnic, stay down here all day. And then when my children grew up, I would bring them down here. And now when my grandchildren come to visit me, we bring them here. And so it's a generational thing for us. We get to share it, and now we're getting to share it with everybody.
Rockbridge Canyon now features 27 miles of trails for horseback riding and 2.5 miles of hiking trails. The park's director says he planned those trails based on what he liked and what he didn't like from nearly 50 years as a trail rider.
We have many caverns and canyons. We have 8 waterfalls, but all the trails are designed where you not only get to ride up and look at it, but you get to ride your horse through it. The trails will encircle the canyons. You can see the walls, you can see the overhangs. You are in under them. You can ride into our waterfalls. You can ride some of our waterfalls. You can ride behind them, or you can ride on top of them.
The park just opened last fall, but already attendance has surprised even those with the highest expectations. And in spite of what they've heard or the pictures they've seen, visitors say they're also surprised at the natural beauty of the canyon.
From Indiana to Washington State to New York to Florida, people from all over come. We have people from Germany, Australia that come and walk and hike the canyon. The pictures don't do it justice. I mean, we can post pictures all day long, but till you come and experience what the canyon is all about and the beautiful foliage and greenery we have here and the rock formations, and you have to come to experience it. You have to just to be a part of it.
In addition to the trails through the canyon, Rockbridge Equestrian Park has 34 campsites with bathhouses and more than 50 horse stalls, which are usually filled on weekends because of the sudden popularity of the park. Franklin says the influx of visitors has given hope to a town faced with an uncertain future.
We only been open not yet a full year, and already there have been increase in business that's existed already in town because our campers use our businesses and fuel up their trucks. So the town gets tax revenue off of that. And there have been at least 2 new businesses that are working on putting in town. One of them I'm happy is a steakhouse restaurant, and the other one is a general dollar store that is put in. Without the equestrian park, these businesses wouldn't have. We're too far off the interstate, too far out in the sticks.
Now, if you live in town, a dollar store may not seem like big economic news, but it's a big deal if you live in a place where the nearest place to shop is 20 miles away. The success of Rockbridge Canyon Equestrian Park is at least the second time the people of Hodges have demonstrated to the world what can happen when people have a common goal and work together to achieve it.
Years ago in 1943, when the War Department came to Hodges, Alabama and said, we need money, would you please buy some war bonds? The little town of Hodges raised $48,000 in 1943 for the war effort. That was the spirit of Hodges then, and that spirit of Hodges is alive today.
While the equestrian trails are the main draw to the park, two-legged visitors can also enjoy hiking and camping in the picturesque wilderness. For more information, visit HodgesEquestrianPark.com or search for Hodges Horse Park on Facebook. While you're online, take a minute to follow Simply Southern on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you never miss a thing. You can also read our blog, which is updated every Sunday morning at 6 o'clock. It, along with all of our previous shows, is available online at simplysouthern.tv.net. Well, just like our show, the places we visited today successfully mix agriculture and education. I hope you enjoyed our look back. Thanks for watching Simply Southern today. I'm Mary Wilson, and I'll see you next week.
Simply Southern is a production of the Alabama Farmers Cooperative and the Alabama Farmers Federation.